Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Your game is coming up next. But here's some information from the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
6 easy ways to become an MVP. And by MVP, we mean most valuable parent. Like all of us, the parents of high school athletes tend to protect their children from adversity, or they overly involve themselves by advocating for their success. But when they do, they're negating the value of participating in high school sports. Among other lessons, high school sports teach teenagers to take nothing for granted, how to overcome obstacles, and that an extraordinary commitment of time and effort is required in order to reach goals and experience achievement. High school sports also encourage independence and self-sufficiency, attributes that are needed to be successful in life. It's natural for parents to love their children, and it's important to support them in as many ways as possible. With this in mind, here are 6 easy ways that you can be the MVP of your child's high school team. Number 1, attend your children's games as often as possible. Nothing demonstrates interest and involvement more than being there. And be sure to invite Grandma and Grandpa to come along with you. Number 2, cheer for all the kids on the team, not just your own. Here's a test for you. Do you know all the players on your child's team? Could you say hello to them by their first name? Embracing the entire team is a great way to show that your interest is sincere. Number 3, be a resource for your child's team. Does a teammate need help with transportation? Is the team trying to raise money for new uniforms? Is someone needed to organize a pizza party before the tournament starts? Maybe you can help. Number 4, try not to criticize the coach or the officials in front of your child. Hey, you're human, and there may be times when you need to vent, but be careful when and to whom you do it. Criticizing the coaching staff undermines its credibility and tends to put your child in the middle. And games are seldom won or lost because of an official's call. Remember, coaches and officials are objective. Most parents are not. Empower your child to talk with the coach about concerns. Everybody wants more playing time, and understandably so. But encourage your children to have that conversation with their coaches instead of you doing it for them. Giving teenagers the confidence and conviction to speak up for themselves is one of the greatest benefits of participating in high school sports. Number 6, focus on the life lessons your children are learning, not on win-loss records or how many points they're scoring. According to the NC2A, only about 2% of all high school athletes win a sports scholarship, and the average value of it is less than $11,000. But every child will benefit from the lessons they've learned as a result of participating in high school sports for the rest of their lives. It's difficult being the parent of a high school athlete. There's far more emotion and social pressure involved than is ideal. But if you follow these 6 pointers, not only will your children love and respect you, but so will their teammates and coaches. And you might even be named MVP. Thank you for your support of high school athletics in Indiana. Stay tuned now. The Indiana SRN game is next. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
A pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of Indiana High School Basketball here on IPSathletics.tv and Indiana SRN. So pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Saturday night with us, and we have a fun one for you that could be a potential postseason matchup inside Sectional 10 as the 3-2 North Central Panthers travel to Crispus Attucks to take on the 7-1 Tigers. Hi again, everybody. Jimmy Cook alongside my partner tonight, the great Sean Kroll. So pleased again that you've chosen to spend the evening with us. And Sean, as we dive right into things, this is a Tigers team that, again, as we mentioned right at the top of the broadcast, a chance for a preview opponent of what could happen in Sectional 10 play when we get around to that part of the year. And the first taste that the Tigers had against a potential sectional opponent ended the worst way you want, a buzzer beater on your own home floor.
True, Jimmy, but I think one of the things that Coach Hawkins has to be impressed with is the way they rebounded last night at Merrillville. Came away with a 63-51 victory on a long trip, going up to Merrillville, coming back and playing a back-to-back at home against a sectional opponent. It's going to give you an even better taste of what it might be like to go back-to-back nights in sectional when you've got to face this quality competition.
Yeah, it is a nice rebound win, as you mentioned, for them, that victory, courtesy of a 12-point win, 63-51, and it speaks volumes to the type of program that Coach Hawkins has been able to establish year over year here. You know that as long as it's not the last loss of the season, as long as there's still games to be played, this is a team that's going to respond, that is going to rise to the occasion. What do you see in the test that they faced tonight against the Panthers?
Well, I think North Central is kind of enigmatic. They've had some games where you think they look really, really good, beating Plainfield, beating Hamilton Southeastern, but then they lost to, they lost to Plainfield. They beat Hamilton Southeastern and Franklin Central, but then Carmel's good. They only lost by 7. Jason Gardner's first year, it's probably a little bit of a new system for the team and those players getting used to it. I think this is a team we're going to see improve as the year goes on. So this is a big test for them as well to kind of gauge where they're at against an Attucks team. And if you're a team that other schools are gauging you against, that's a huge notch in your belt for Crispus Attucks.
Earlier this week, it was myself and the Coach Keith Myers on the call of that Attucks-Lawrence Central game, and it felt like at times the way the game flow went, whether it was the way the game was being officiated and also the way that the Tigers responded to that, they were never able to get into a pull-away rhythm that you saw so many times in the early goings of this season. Still a very young season at that, but the early portion of their schedule, they were really kind of flying away, able to get separation. Yes, it speaks volumes to the talent that's on that Lawrence Central team, but also it speaks to where the Tigers continue to have to improve as games go on and make sure that in those final stages of the game, your communication is still sharp, your passes are still sharp, you're not making yourself go into situations where you can cost yourself a game.
As one who watched the game on IPSathletics.tv, the one thing that stood out for me in having seen Attucks already 3 times this year is their lack of rebounding, because part of what they generate on offense comes from one stop, get the rebound, outlet pass, and go. They did not do that very well against Lawrence Central earlier this week, and and it wasn't just letting the big guys of Lawrence Central on the boards. It was letting 5-10 guards out rebound them on the glass. They've really got to get better at that so they can get that transition game going, because that's really where they're at their best, is getting up and down the floor.
For both these teams, we mentioned the importance of it, continuing to get momentum underneath your belt. The Tigers trying to put together another winning streak after winning their first 6 games before that loss to Lawrence Central. The Panthers, you mentioned kind of a roller coaster-like start. They're still trying to string together a couple of consistent wins, and as you mentioned, Coach Gardner's first season at the helm. It's always tough. We mentioned it in an earlier broadcast on this very network that anytime you're a first-year head coach, that's going to have challenges. But when you add on there in the middle of a pandemic and trying to balance all the different elements that you have to take into account there, it makes that job that much harder.
Oh, most definitely does. You pretty much said it as it should go. Just bringing in a new system, getting to know those kids and those players, but having to do it in the situation that we're in and the environment that we're in makes it that much tougher. So kudos to Coach Gardner for for accomplishing what he has so far. But that's why I think as they keep going along through the season, and we can talk about their schedule throughout the broadcast, that they're going to improve as they go along, and then even next year and beyond that, they'll be even better.
Well, we might push this back to the next break, but as we take a look at both of these programs, actually we will hold it. We're going to step away for tonight's national anthem. We'll have the North Central Panthers and the Crispus Attucks Tigers up next on Indiana SRN and IPSathletics.tv.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
Never miss a big game by downloading the IHSAA TV app for free on any device. For your iPhone or Apple TV, check the App Store. On your Android or Android TV device, load up the Google Play Store. Have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick? We have the app for you. Check us out on Facebook Live, Twitter, or YouTube Live by searching for IHSAA TV. Or as always, click to IHSAATV.org for quick and easy access to your favorite IHSAA live and archived events.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to Crispus Attucks High School. Jimmy Cook alongside Sean Kroll as the pregame ceremonies roll through here for both teams with their starters. Let's take a look a little bit deeper at this matchup for these two schools. First, turning to the Sagarin ratings. Of course, all these numbers and information coming from John Harrell's Indiana High School Basketball. The Panthers ranked 5th overall in the state, 4th in Class 4A. Meanwhile, the Tigers ranked 18th overall, 16th in the class. Last outing for both these teams, North Central lost 56-49 to the Carmel Greyhounds. Meanwhile, Crispus Attucks defeats Merrillville 63-51 last night. Combined records of opponents so far this season: North Central's 19-9, Crispus Attucks opponents 13-20. Over the last 35 years in this meeting, the series is deadlocked at 3 apiece. Last meeting came a year ago, December 21st, 2019, when Attucks won by 7, 82-75. And John Harrell's prediction tonight, a 7-point victory, but he has another loss happening for the Tigers at home, 71-64. He favors North Central. Tigers will be in their traditional home whites, these nice unis with the kind of tiger stripes up top with the green and gold, mixed in. Meanwhile, it'll be the road uniforms for the Panthers. They're black jerseys, red numerals and lettering, and the white trim. It'll be Shiloh Jackson for the Panthers and Jalen Carson for the Tigers, set to jump it up.
Looks like Donovan Scott's getting the start tonight over Donovan Barnett for the Tigers. Number 3, Donovan Scott.
Might be an interesting piece to have Barnett scoring coming off the bench, averaging 10.6 a game. The Panthers win the opening tip, and we're underway as a lost handle there by Clark is taken by the Tigers. They'll push it ahead. Man-to-man look to start for North Central. Long 2 by Hooks off the mark. In the lane, that shot inside the foul line, good by Stafford. First blood belongs to the Tigers.
He's been unbelievable so far this year. Had 24 and 8 last night against Merrillville. He's been their go-to scorer.
Leland Walker matches up with Scott, pulls up from the elbow. That shot is long. Rebound won by Hooks.
Notice how quickly North Central got back after the shot went up. They didn't crash the boards much, trying to prevent the get out and go of Attucks.
Yeah, they don't want any part of this transition offense. Feed down low to Jalen Carson, and he's going to be whacked That'll go against Shiloh Jackson. His first on either team. Side out for the Tigers. Hooks. He'll pull up inside the arc. Pretty jumper. Sophomore comes in averaging 10, shoots it from about a 58% clip from the field. 4-0 Tigers.
Only had 5 last night. I'd like to see him get going.
On the drive, forcing the issue that time was Leland Walker. First basket of the game for the Panthers, 4-2 early.
Walker's the guy you hear about from North Central, so he's the one to watch tonight on the side of the Panthers, see if they can stop him.
Stafford pulls up from just inside the foul line. That one won't go. Panthers got to get it across. Tigers back defensively. And that might have been an offensive foul. Indeed it is. They'll call that personal on B.J. Williams.
Cannot extend that arm. You get that arm extended offensively, they're going to call that every time.
There's a couple areas you always have to be on high alert for as an offensive player. That's making sure your feet are stationary before you put the ball on the deck, and you're not extending that forearm, trying to create separation. Because you're right, Sean, even the slightest hint of it, you're in trouble. We're off to the races here on a turnover. Layup up, wild shot won't go, but a pair of free throws upcoming for North Central. Nice drive there by Leland Walker, leading the pack off the steal. A chance to earn the 2 points the hard way.
It was tough on the other end there. Carson lost the control of the basketball, but the pass was awfully low. Either you bounce past it or you get the chest pass there. He had to reach down for it. It bounced off his hands.
Walker, first free throw, good. Give him 3 points on the night.
And
Scott will sub out, and Kevin Mims will come back in.
You talked about that. Their passing has been an issue. We saw it against Lawrence Central. They've got to get better passing the ball, especially on entry passes against a quality team like North Central.
Free throws are split for Walker. Attucks lead stays at 1. Smith is in a jump ball tie-up situation. Arrow will keep it on this end. Officials immediately make that call. No conference needed. Mims will be the trigger man underneath their own basket. Looking, gets in quickly to Hooks. One power dribble, fades away. Friendly rim is good. Hooks now with 4. Just such a pretty stroke on that for the sophomore.
Yeah, especially in closest. Mims is going to get his first foul. Now, as he gets past 18, 20 feet, he's kind of struggled a little bit this year. Only 27% from three-point range, but again, just a sophomore.
One matchup to watch tonight is how Kevin Mims goes up against these Panthers guard. He's not afraid to play physical. As he drew the foul there, that looked like a straight-up block for Hooks, and they say otherwise. The sophomore can't believe it. I think you and I are in a little disarray as well, as it'll be free throws upcoming.
Well, I can say this. It was not the body, for sure, as we'll take a look at it.
First free throw is good. That's tough.
It's a good play by Hooks. You go for it. There wasn't much contact, but at least now you know where the referees stand.
Free throw split. Tigers' lead is 2. Spinning was Smith, and he might have shuffled the feet. Indeed, he did. Turnover to the Panthers.
I have yet to see a referee, call a game with gloves on. That's interesting.
Ordinarily, and he'll probably text us because we know he's probably listening, the Coach Keith Myers would be who I would go to. Is there any advantage for that? Is that like driving gloves that you just bring out every now and again from back in the day? As Walker hits a 3 in the corner, give him 6. And the first lead of the game for the Panthers at 7-6. Pass inside for the Tigers. Turnaround, can't bring it home, but Stafford will have the charity stripe for some free ones.
Keith is watching. He did respond, but it was not about your question yet. It was about the Jalen Hooks call.
And excuse me, that was Jalen Clark on that triple, not Leland Walker. So correction on your scorebook at home. 2 free throws for Isaiah Stafford, a 64%er on the season. First one is good. He's got 3 points. We're tied at 7. Second personal on B.J. Williams should be noted. The third on the Panthers.
Donovan Barnett into the game for Crispus Attucks.
Well, it's an interesting touch by Coach Hawkins. Barnett averages just under 11 points per game, and usually a starter. You're now bringing him in off the bench, hoping he can help your second unit with scoring. Feed inside, swatted away. Hooks has a 1-on-2. He actually had a 3-on-2 if he had seen up the floor, but could not, lost it, and instead of lay up the other end, is going to go for the Panthers. Give that basket to Mike Elliott. Feed inside for Attucks, point blank, no. Board secured by Jackson, and a loose ball foul going to be called against Jalen Carson.
Yeah, Barnett had 9 last night against Maryville, and it has been a starter for them, especially being a senior. That's a interesting call by Coach Hawkins, but he knows his team better than anybody.
On the drive, a little scoop layup up, won't fall for the Panthers. Rebound taken by Mims. He sees the floor. Kevin all the way, full speed, contact. No, they'll call it on the floor. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Panthers. He'll stay on this end. Foul go on Elliott. That's his first. Mims will look to inbound. Finds Stafford. Little zone look now by the Panthers. They lead it by 1 at 9-8.
They're sagging in a lot to prevent the entry pass down low.
Beautiful ball movement. Mims in the corner. Can't knock down the triple. Rebound Barnett. It's sent back.
Wow.
What a rejection down low. Barnett tried to crash on that one, and now here come the Panthers. Phenomenal interior defense. No look pass. Up ahead adjustment. A lot of contact. Shot won't fall. That board is won by the Tigers.
As I was getting ready to say, they need to hit a couple of threes to kind of stretch that defense out and not let them collapse on Carson and the guys down low.
Mims working on a pogo stick. Handles a little too flashy that time. Great defense by Walker in 5 seconds, closely guarded. A turnover forced by the Panthers.
But tell me there was less contact on those than there were on Hooks down on the other end. I mean, it's just really interesting. As there's 2 of them right there.
Are you referring to that shot, or are you referring to the 5 second? Okay, no, completely agree with you. I thought you were talking about the 5 seconds.
No, the 5 second call.
Yeah,
those blocks
that
down
was confusing
there.
to me.
That's what's
because the old, and this isn't really true. It's the old folk phrase that you would use on the court when you're teaching younger kids is that whenever you're using tree trunk, when you're swinging down like that, you're more likely to get a foul called against you.
Yes,
and
exactly.
And correct me if I'm wrong, we don't have the replay of it, but Hooks didn't do that. He met him at the top. With that one, you saw forward motion coming down. I'm with you there. I'm surprised that if you're going to call it one way on one end, it should be the same way on the other.
And that's one of the things, like you said, you teach them. You cannot move those arms down at all, in any downward motion. It's like the hand check. You can't put your hand on him if he's outside the three-point line, the ball handler, because they're going to call that every time. So it's very interesting.
It'll be something we keep an eye on as this game goes forward. Panthers with the basketball after forcing that 5-second count, a 1-point lead, late stages of this first quarter. Look-away pass is thrown away. Back to the Tigers. Not sure what Walker was looking for there. I think a miscommunication. He expected a cut to the basket. It never arrived, and Stafford will walk it up the floor.
Yeah, foul trouble is something you definitely want to watch out for both these squads.
Hooks.
We know Attucks is deep.
Thought about a triple. That was an ill-advised pass, but stolen away by North Central. They go behind the back. Kick. Clark. Triple. That will not count, and it's an offensive foul.
That would have been 2 for 2 for him from the corner.
That's something to watch out for if you're Coach Hawkins and the rest of the coaching staff. That foul against Mike Elliott, his second, 5th on the team. Because even if it didn't count, he's knocked it down twice now.
He's in rhythm.
He's a shooter.
Yeah.
Need to look after him the rest of the way. Stafford fakes to Mims. Beautiful cut. The layup is good by Carson.
Great look.
Used his eyes to pull the defense away. Had Mims in the corner. And instead finds Clark. Nice crossover. Froze the defender. Shot won't go. Hooks almost had the board. Instead, it's won by Barnett. He's off to the races. 3-on-1. Little Euro off the window. It goes down. Donovan Barnett's first basket off the bench. The lead is 3 at 12-9.
Well, that touched every part of the rim, but nice job using the rim as an extra defender to go under it with the left hand. Pretty.
See how the Panthers answer. Little Euro that time. Pass is bounced off the leg of Elliott. Let's take a look back. A play a goal on the Tigers basket. Just beautiful. He went to Mims, sold everything. Great cut by Carson. Tigers offense churning a little bit these last two possessions. Stafford to Mims. Now back to Barnett. They work it around the horn. Stafford has Hooks all alone on the baseline. Hesitates. Puts it up there. Too strong. Can't get his own board. He pawed at it, and I think he knocked it out of bounds. That's what the trailer says. It'll go to the Panthers.
It just seems to me that Hooks is a little bit tentative on the blocks. I think he feels more comfortable out on the wing, but with his size, you want him to try and get some easy looks down low. He just doesn't look like he's ready for that just quite yet.
Well, that is the existential crisis, as there's a nice cut with a layup opportunity that won't fall point blank for the Panthers. Barnett secures the board. That's the existential crisis for the big man in today's game at all levels.
Well, because you see the Giannis's and the Lucas and those guys that are, 6'10", 7 foot that have an outside wing game. That's what they want to. That's what the kind of player they want to be. That's what they are like when they're younger.
We also would have accepted Anthony Davis in there. Mims a triple on the left side. It's left short. That one won't fall on the board of the Panthers.
I try not to mention any Lakers. Sorry.
Walker, nice spin move there on Mims. He'll Euro down the lane and put it in off glass.
It's a pretty move there from Walker.
5 points for him in the quarter. Tigers lead cut to 1 under a minute to go in the first period.
I think it's pretty much what we expected in the first quarter.
Stafford hesitates. Barnett, he'll rise and fire. That's good. Donovan Barnett, 5 in the quarter. Lead back up to 3.
Maybe Coach Hawkins found something in bringing him off the bench that lit a fire underneath of him, because he's been very important to them since he's been on the floor.
Making a 4-point lead on the long triple for the Tigers. Final 30 seconds of the quarter. Clark looked like he almost wanted to answer the triple. Instead, forces the issue. Might have gotten away with a walk. Instead, feeds it inside, and the layup is good. I believe it was Caleb Green on the basket. Tigers will hold for one shot. We'll confirm that last basket when we get a second. Barnett with 4. Mims with 3. Mims gives to Barnett at the horn. It won't go. Good. It got a clean look off. It bounced off the left side of the rim. I'm confident in that Caleb Green basket. We'll have to concur the first quarter, but as we looked off, I believe that was that last basket for the Panthers. End of 1. Tigers on top of North Central. Stay with us, quarter 2. After this, you're watching IPSathletics.tv, powered by Indiana SRN.
Cold is just around the corner, and here at Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling,
we're ready for anything.
We care about our craft like we care about our customers.
Our technicians are fully certified
and up to speed on the latest equipment.
Available 24/7, we don't leave anybody in the cold.
That's our top priority.
We don't just work for the company,
we are the company.
So we do the best we can for every one of our customers.
Trust the name you know at Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We take pride in your comfort. Just call Summers. Summers.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back to Crispus Attucks High School. Jimmy Cook alongside Sean Kroll. Start of the second quarter. Panthers down 2 with the basketball. Nice little spin at the top. That layup goes for Leland Walker. What a crafty move by the junior.
As Mark Jackson would say, "Mama, there goes that man." That was pretty.
Another one would be, "May I have this dance?" And then there you go, right there at the top.
It's about the only 2 things he does well.
Yep.
On the, sorry, we won't criticize him.
Mims gives to Barnett. First tie since the opening tip. That's an air ball by Hooks, and a great defense down low, sent back by Jackson. Board 1 by Boyd.
Ooh.
Up the way. They leave it for the two-handed slam. Shiloh Jackson takes the magic carpet right up for the flush.
Some quick feet there on the dish to Jackson for the flush.
Give the lead to the Panthers. Pass inside to Hooks. Correction to your scorebook. I said at the end of the quarter, as we have a foul. I believe it's going to go against the Panthers. I said the basket belonged to Caleb Green. It's Quentin Boyd on that. Let's take another look at that slam by Jackson. Getting up there, utilizing the height. Foul will go against Jalen Clark. So again, correction to your scorebooks. Quentin Boyd had that last field goal for the Panthers in the first quarter, not Caleb Green. Stafford at the top, gives to Mays. Mays to Hooks. Well outside, they'll feed to Carson. He'll operate in the post. Good cut there by Scott, but it's turned over. A little bit of a collision. The officials say play on. Clark, nice find at the elbow. Shot is up, shot is long. Rebound is tapped out of bounds by the Tigers. It'll stay on this end.
Do you think the zone of North Central that they're employing has really caused some confusion and difficulty for Attucks, especially trying to get the ball in the post?
Yes, because the way that Hooks looks with this zone, it appears as though he's settling, like you mentioned. If there's a nice drive and finish.
I believe that was Clark.
For Jalen Clark. But Hooks is getting complacent on the baseline. And they're letting the offense operate instead through Carson down low, whereas you're looking for Hooks to post up. That triples off the mark. Rebound won by Stafford. Floater up, floater in. Isaiah Stafford winning the battle of the boards. He's got 6. Tigers back within 2.
Yeah, I think he's unsure of his role in terms of being against the zone defense.
Panthers operating at the top. Williams gives to Boyd. Boyd, deep lob, hit it off the backboard. It somehow finds Jackson. His layup, no. Boyd again, and that's going to be set back by the Tigers. Great rejection there by Jalen Carson.
Boy, the fighting under the rim for the dominance on the glass has really picked up intensity these last few possessions. It's fantastic. Love to see it.
Boyd gets it into Jackson. Pass to Clark. Now Walker. Battle down low between Smith and Jackson. Clark will try from the volleyball line. That's good. Jalen Clark, 8 points for him. 5 here in the quarter.
He's
largest
feeling
lead
it.
of the game for the Panthers. So we know it's not just the corner now.
Yes.
It's the top of the perimeter. It's all over for the senior.
And I think that's what Attucks needs, is someone to stretch that defense a little bit, because they're sagging down low and causing issues like this on the offensive end for Attucks.
Risky pass turned over. Right side, triple in the air. Triple through the bottom of the net. That one knocked down. I believe it was B.J. Williams. And a timeout taken by Attucks, their largest deficit of the ball game, 25-17.
They're having a hard time defensively. You know, you get the switch and the shooter gets open, and the shooters for North Central are knocking them down, as we'll see on this replay here.
There's Clark's three a couple moments ago. Just in rhythm.
Yeah, the switch caught him off guard, and they didn't get back on him. And that was a deep three, mind you. But same thing on this one. The switch didn't take place, and I couldn't tell if that was Walker or Williams.
Yep.
Once again, the dreaded red numbers on the black uniforms for the broadcasters. White would be nice.
Right, exactly. We'll credit it to Williams until we get clarification otherwise. Down low, operating is Carson. That one misses point blank.
It goes in, but the problem is that Carson's operating down there by himself against three guys because nobody else was moving for Attucks to give him any other opportunities for a bucket, for a look.
I've changed my mind. I'm giving the triple to Walker.
Okay.
Because from our vantage point, I don't believe that a substitution has been made by the Panthers out of that timeout.
And that's Walker.
Our producer, the great Ben Wood, confirming that.
Ben.
Elliott hesitates. Floater up. Can't get it off the window. Rebound Jackson, and he'll head to the charity stripe. You mentioned it in your keys, Sean. For the Tigers to be successful, you have to get a body when the ball goes up and box out and secure the boards. And I understand that earlier this week you had a small guard in Merriweather for Lawrence Central find openings and grab rebounds. Those are weaknesses. You can improve on that as the season goes on. This is a matter of this is a player that's taller than everybody on the floor.
Right.
And he's still being unaccounted for. It's the second foul on James Smith. And then the Tigers on this end turn the basketball over.
And you compound it. Did he make that second free throw? I missed that when we were making our points. That you can't compound that by then making a bad pass on a turnover if you're Attucks. You've got to be more disciplined.
Pass inside, it's a turnover. They were looking for Jackson. Here come the Tigers. Stopping on a dime is Mays. Down the lane over. Jackson gets it to go. The floater's good.
Love the look of getting down the lane, but getting it high enough to get it over him and still getting it to go down.
Wild shot by the Panthers. Board for the Tigers. Mays.
And look who got it, the smallest guy on the floor.
Gives to Scott. He'll drive. Floater up there. No friendly iron this time. Panthers get it across. Davis Olson. Had it stolen. Scott sees a window and he turns it over. Walker scoops it up.
Got to have that peripheral vision to see that defender next to you.
3 minutes even to go in this first half. Panthers by 5 with the basketball. Walker down the lane. Offensive foul. Sliding in to take the charge, Donovan Barnett.
That's a great play by Barnett because he knew from the second that Leland Walker got by his defender, he wanted to go to the hole and make a big play. Just stood his ground and took the charge.
Players at the high school level and up make that look so easy. It's another human being coming at you full speed, and you have to brace for the contact and take it. You can't go too early. You have to stand your ground. And a great job there by the senior. Mays gives to Barnett. They skip it around the zone. Barnett feeds inside. Carson goes to work. That shot's long, won't fall for him. Might not have been the look they wanted against that zone. Clark now. Almost pushed off again.
I don't think Attucks has gotten good movement on the offensive end tonight.
B.J. Williams sees daylight, and there were times where even though they were in command against Lawrence Central for most of that game, the offense had spurts where it didn't feel like it was in rhythm. They find an open man that time. 3 in the corner. Good for Donovan Scott.
Now they need a guy like that, just like that, to hit a 3 to stretch that defense out because North Central knows now they've got to make sure to keep a guy on him and can't collapse in the lane.
Makes it a 2-point game. Timeout taken by the Panthers. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here with 1:59 to go in the quarter. I want to remind you, if you'd like to get involved with any future broadcast, as we hope to put more and more young student athletes on our broadcast, go to indianasrn.org, click that donate button, or, of course, email the coach. That's coach@indianasrn.org.
And we'd love to thank all of our sponsors. You can see them in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Many have been with us for quite a while, so we appreciate them very, very much.
There's May's last floater. No fear against the towering Jackson. Just floats up there to perfection.
And Jackson did what he was supposed to do, just go straight up. And with that height advantage, he thought that would benefit him. But great play by Mays, who has been who's played really, really well for them lately.
Yeah, Mays averaging about 3 points a contest, but he's been efficient with his shooting. And has made great help for the Tigers as another guard that can facilitate. Walker in a trap, almost lost it. He's no man's land, it's stolen away. Barnett will throw it down with one hand. Barnett now with 7.
Mini run here gets them right back to square at 26. It's exactly what they needed.
It's a 5-0 run for the Tigers. Almost another turnover. Williams puts his head down, leaves it. Jackson, a jump ball tie-up for us? No, they're going to call foul.
Woo-hoo. That's on Donovan Scott, I believe.
That'll lead to free throws. 1-and-1 opportunity It's the second foul on Scott. He'll take a seat, and Charles Veal, the senior, comes in. Jackson, of course, had that two-handed flush earlier. Nice block as well. Front end is good.
It's interesting. He missed the first ones, and now look at where he's standing. Look at where he's standing on the free throw line. He took just a half a step back for his free throws, and they both go in. All about adjustments.
Got him for 6 unofficially. Lead is 2. Tigers trying to tie it or take the lead. Mays, little jab step. Now he'll reset things with 1:10 to go in the quarter. Carson has 2 defenders around him. Now Stafford. Little jab step. Finds a man in the corner. Right side 3 in the air. 3 off the mark. A little bit of contact.
Yeah.
Board secured by Jackson. Barnett might have had a case there in the corner. There's a little Euro off the window. No, Jackson almost had the board. And it's secured by the Tigers. 40 seconds left in the half. Stafford pulls up. No friendly roll. Stafford first to it. Puts it up, puts it in. Followed his own shot.
The way he shot the first shot, it looked like there was some contact there as well. It didn't get called. But like any great shooter, follows his shot, young people. Follow your shot.
He's got 8 now. We're tied at 28. Walker, nice crossover, leaves for Jackson. A power dribble, and he's fouled.
That was nice from behind, too.
2 more free throws upcoming for Shiloh Jackson. He has been a force to be reckoned with tonight.
Great job of Walker drawing in the defender to help out on the drive to the bucket and then finding Jackson open for what he had hoped to be a dunk, but didn't take place.
Took that power dribble and found some defenders collapsing on him. Has to earn it the hard way, and he missed both. Turns out to be a good foul. Final 10 seconds of this first half. Mays with 8. Gives to Stafford. Stafford around a screen. Skip pass. Mays with 3. Mays drive. Floater up and in at the horn. Willie Mays gives the Tigers the lead in the halftime break, 30-28. They close that second quarter on a 9-2 run.
Huge job there by Attucks to work their way back, have that mini run. And I'll tell you what, Mays was a huge part of that. As you'll see here in the last shot, because he went up against Jackson again, got that thing way up high and floated and went down. Almost like a cross between Spud Webb and George Gervin, if you will.
There you go. Mays with 4 points, both of which, as Sean pointed out, coming off of floaters against Shiloh Jackson. No fear on the face of the 5'10 senior. We're going to step away. When we come back, we'll have your third quarter. A battle between 2 sectional 10 opponents. The 4th-ranked Tigers of Crispus Attucks on top of the North Central Panthers. 30-28, you're watching High School Hoops on IPSathletics.tv, powered by Indiana SRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
The Crispus Attucks Museum is a unique entity. It's first and foremost one of the only state-of-the-art museums that is attached to a public high school. It came about through a unique situation that transpired back in the 80s. In 1986, the Indianapolis Public Schools Corporation was going through a transition. And in this transition, they shut down numerous high schools. In the process, Attucks was one that was targeted. Although they did not formally shut it down completely, it was converted from a high school to a middle school.
When the alumni across the country started hearing that they were getting ready to make some changes to Crispus Attucks, they started flying in here from all over the country. That didn't change the school board's minds, but what it did was the superintendent said, well, here's what we will do. We will give you a space in Crispus Attucks to memorialize, to celebrate the traditions of the high school in this museum. That celebrates the African diaspora, because there couldn't have been an Attucks had there not been an Africa. So we teach in this museum that our history didn't start on a plantation in America. It started in ancient Africa many, many, many thousands of years ago with our ancient African ancestors. We always start our tours with the Legends mural. These were the teachers, the professors, who taught the students at Crispus Attucks. But they were not just teachers and professors at the school. They were very, very much associated with the community of Indianapolis. When you go around the wall, you will see the magnitude of education that went on here. You'll see the school when it first started, of sports that went on at Crispus Attucks. Marvin Johnson, one of the greatest boxers in the world. We have his belts here. He went to Crispus Attucks. So we have him proudly displayed here. I am very proud of this picture. It is the first Crispus Attucks football team. And there's my father and my uncle as part of the players on the football team. Attucks men in the military. We have General Brooks memorabilia right here. He is the one who was the mentor to General Colin Powell. Very, very proud of all his memorabilia being here. This is part of the Crispus Attucks community. I mean, you see Julia Carson, you see Angela Brown, a diva, an international diva. And here are some of the principals of schools that fed into Crispus Attucks. So you just see so many connections from the community that fed right into Crispus Attucks and made it what it was. These are some of the musicians. Most of them either graduated from Crispus Attucks or their lives were touched by someone from Crispus Attucks.
This is not an all-black experience. This is not an all inner city experience. This is a world experience. This is an American experience. This is part of the American saga, the American culture, the American story.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Tonight's game brought to you by the Morales Group. The Morales Group is made up of talented and diverse individuals who are committed to you. We focus on building better futures, one story at a time, by giving people jobs. Call the Morales Group today at 317-641-4015.
You know what the Morales Group does, Jimmy? They subscribe to Indiana SRN and IPS on YouTube. You know what we're looking for?
We're looking for subscribers, so we're getting close to 1,000.
We are, and you know what happens if you are the 1,000th subscriber?
I hear there's a gift card of some kind on the line.
Yes, $50 to Aspen Creek Grill. Just ask Coach. Go Coach Indiana SRN and ask him about the powwow shrimp, and he will wax poetic about it.
It's pretty delicious.
Yeah, they are. Myself. I have not had anything there that is bad.
No, I completely agree. Aspen Creek, the fine folks there, always take care of us when we're in that neck of the woods, and whoever is the lucky recipient of that gift card will be enjoying a tasty night or afternoon out. Speaking of tasty action, tonight, a 2-point game right now, and boy, oh boy, was that a fun close to the second quarter. A 9-2 run for the Tigers. We feel like we mentioned time and time again, Sean, in that first half, when is the Tigers offense going to go on a little bit of a run? When is there going to be separation? It wasn't the electric runs we're used to, but it was an efficient run that gives them the lead coming into the third quarter.
I think you hit the nail on the head with the word efficient. They did a much better job in terms of having motion and getting guys involved. I think Willie Mays was a huge part of that. And I think, also at the same time you had Donovan Scott hitting a three. That was a huge part of it. It's going to be interesting to see. They run the offense where they're trying to get Barnett or Hooks free throw line extended. Carson does a great job of turning around and looking to see what's available. And so I'm interested to see what kind of defense if North Central continues to play that zone, which kind of befuddled them a little bit. But Coach Hawkins is great at adjustments, so I expect them to make some changes.
I want to remind you, we do have a couple games in the future for Indiana SRN. Tuesday, December 22nd, it'll be Indian Creek at Greenwood Christian for some girls basketball action. And on Saturday, Lafayette Jeff takes on Shortridge. That'll be a video webcast as well. Go to indianasrn.org for all times and scheduling information. The Tigers start with the basketball to open this third quarter. Shot on the far right side off the mark by Carson. And we'll get a look at the Panthers for the first time in the second half. What adjustments, if any, would you like to see from this Panthers offense in half number two?
I think that they did a great job. They really did. Clark was good, especially stretching the defense with those threes. I think you just got to, if you're Attucks, watch the drive and dish, because that's where they got open threes and knocked them down.
Elliott tried to go up and under. No dice. Panthers back on defense. The Tigers will operate in the half court. Almost a travel there on Stafford. They'll give to Barnett. Barnett got the start in this second half after coming off the bench to open the first. Nice crossover there by Hooks, but he had his pocket picked. We're off to the races. Pass up ahead. Clark, a nice Euro. A circus shot, no. Board blocked by Hooks
from
on
behind.
The putback. Jackson's attempt, it'll stay on this end, though, as Barnett could not take the tightrope walk.
Barnett got bumped because he got saved to Barnett, and he got bumped by Walker, fell out of bounds, and they just said, he went out of bounds.
See if the Panthers can take advantage. Jackson will give to Clark. Skip pass, left side, three in the air. Three won't fall. Rebound secured by Barnett. He'll give it to Stafford. Stafford with 8 points in that first half. Average is about 17 a game. So within pace for that.
Now some man-to-man from North Central. Let's see what they cook up here on offense.
Feed inside. Stafford falling away, and he's fouled. Probably just an awkward fall. There he goes up.
Bumped his head.
He'll head to the line to earn the 2 points the hard way. The foul is on Leland Walker. His second. First on either team in this second half. Two free throws upcoming for Stafford.
Leland Walker with the baby blue kicks on.
Very pretty.
Yes.
Sharp.
Staffords aren't bad either.
Stafford, a 64% free throw shooter coming in. That one's good.
Our producer likes Barnett's the best.
The green are pretty. And they're color-oriented as well, so that's nice.
He likes the highlighter green. The electric green,
Pair split there, but Hook's able to grab the offensive board, and let's see what the call is. The kick ball, it'll stay on this end. What an effort by the sophomore to give the Tigers an extra possession.
That's what you're looking for. You're looking for – those are the kind of plays that win you basketball games. Those 50-50 balls, those getting an extra possession makes a difference because every possession is valuable.
James Smith inbounds to Stafford. Goes around a screen. Had Hooks on a pick and roll. Instead, Carson controls. Now Hooks beyond the arc. Barnett calling for it. And a foul, I believe, is going to be against the Panthers. Or is it? Yeah, indeed, it'll be a foul against B.J. Williams. His third. The second on the team. They'll let Williams play with those fouls.
They do have some size mismatches here.
Triple at the top, knocked in by Jalen Carson. Give him 7 for the game. Tigers now up by 6, 34-28.
That's a surprise. I don't expect Carson to shoot threes, but I guess if you make them.
Panthers yet to score in this half until that basket by Mike Elliott. Knifing through the paint. A triple. Short by Smith. It's a 3-on-1. Up ahead, the layup is good for Clark. Clark with 10 now, 2-point game.
It almost looked like a carry, but those are so tough to call as well.
It's a rarity you see them. I saw one already this season, and it's almost baffling and takes you aback a bit when you do see it. It's Carson now with 5, a timeout taken by the Tigers. Looks like a full timeout. We'll take one as well. 5:14 left to go in this third quarter. The Tigers on top by 4. On IPSathletics.tv, powered by Indiana SRN.
More fixing, more finding, more being original. Unique like this, trendy like that. More designing this, arranging that. More saving, and then more making it happen. More of your space looking like this, and more of you feeling like that. More excitement, more savings, more furniture, more rugs, more flooring, more affordable luxury from RG Decor.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
We would like to hear from you. Please tweet us about the game you're watching at Indiana SRN and be ready for a shout out. Thank you for all your support and to watch.
That's Sean Kroll. I'm Jimmy Cook. 5:05 left to go in this third quarter at Crispus Attucks High School. Tigers by 4, Panthers with the basketball. Nice steal there by Hooks. It's almost turned over, though, after they secure the basketball. Now Smith will push it ahead. Inside-out move there by Stafford. Has Smith at the top. He'll launch a triple. That's good. James Smith from downtown. His first 3 of the ball game. Lead is 7. Timeout Panthers.
That was from Speedway, I think. That was unbelievable. And that got out of camera range. It brought rain, I think.
No regard for the defense whatsoever there by Smith. Launched that one up. Shoots it at a 38% clip from downtown. Boy, oh boy, was this pretty in rhythm.
And that was another case of the defense on the switch, not getting back to Smith, and he's open. Shoot your shot.
Lead is now 7 for the Tigers. their largest of the game at 39-32.
Take a quick look at their upcoming schedule. Attucks is December 29th. They're at Shortridge. And then on January 2nd, number 1 comes calling Lawrence North for North Central. On December 29th, they play the Paul Logan Memorial Invite, where they take on Park Tudor at 5 o'clock, and then Avon takes on Hammond at 6:30. And then January 2nd, they go to Homestead, face my guy Luke Goody, the Illinois commit, and the Spartans.
I'm proud of you to get that in there. That's good of you.
Had to.
For Attucks specifically, though, this speaks volumes to how Coach Hawkins and the rest of the athletic department build this schedule year over year. Because I understand, yes, they're sectional opponents, potential sectional opponents, I should say, but you're doing yourself a disservice if you are not trying to schedule the toughest competition you can as the season goes on. Sure, you don't want to set yourself up to not win any games, but at the same time, you need, if you're a championship program like Attucks views themselves, and like they are, you're doing yourself a disservice not putting the very best on your schedule, and it'll be the first measuring stick for them when they host Lawrence North here at the start of the calendar year. Now, I believe
Hooks.
On Hooks, good eye there.
It's a simple question. Do you want to have a great regular season, a soft regular season, and a great record, and then go out early in sectional? Or would you rather take your knocks during your regular season but advance in March? I think it's an easy answer.
Not close for me. Williams, wild shot, misfired by Hooks. He pushes ahead, risky dime that's secured by the Tigers. Up and under, will not fall, but free throws upcoming for Stafford. What a dime thrown there by Hooks. Threading the needle.
I was just going to say that.
Great minds.
Foul on Jackson. I believe that's his second.
That's what I have him for unofficially. Producer Ben nods and says we're good.
You can see at the bottom the fouls are being kept track of. And those little dashes, if you're unsure, those are timeouts.
First free throw, good by Stafford.
Once an educator, always an educator.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely a segment of the audience that's happy about that. Even if it is just a few old ladies that, what are those dots about there? Now they're, thanks, Sean. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Looking out for us. A foul going to be on the body, I believe, against Smith. That's his third.
He's getting full work from his whistle tonight, that gentleman.
You bring it for you for a reason.
Yes, that is true.
Some people have a break glass in case of emergency approach to it, as there's a triple right side by Walker. Others are a bit more liberal with the whistle.
I believe that might have been Williams.
Good call. I think you're right as well. Was Williams on the triple. Good eye. Hooks the layup is blocked. Sent back by the Panthers. He's not giving up on this play, though. Layup up off the mark. Carson secures he tried to. It's secured now by the Panthers. Skip pass, Clark, catch and shoot. That looked like it was going to go down. It did. Got a friendly bounce. Jalen Clark, catch and shoot. He's got 13. 2-point game.
Now mini run by North Central. Not securing that rebound is huge.
This is a 6-1 run for the Panthers. Rising and firing is Stafford. It won't go. Up ahead, beautiful outlet pass. Layup up, layup in that time by B.J. Williams. Give him 7. We're tied at 40.
Oh, this is going to be a doozy. Hang on, folks. You're going to enjoy this.
Left side, Stafford for 3. That hit the side of the rim. I think they might get a loose ball foul called here against Carson. It's Carson's second. Let's take a look back at some of these Panthers triples. You're 100% right on that. Williams on that triple. As he walks up the floor now.
I think what Attucks falls prey to is when another team has a mini run, they get, as Walker scores, they come down and want to get fast shots, quick shots, to try and get back quickly instead of running their offense as they're supposed to. As you can see, the last couple possessions, they've jacked it up really quick.
Their first lead since it was 28-26 for the Panthers, and now a foul will go against North Central, I believe. It's on Williams.
I have him for 4.
So do I. 4 on Williams.
But here's a 3 on Williams. No, this is the one.
It was
on.
over right there, Sean.
Yes.
It was over right when Clark caught it. Catch and shoot, the rhythm he's been in tonight. The closeout was late. It's a beautiful find by the Panthers.
And he got the rim action, too, as Carson scores there. He's having a good quarter. He's got 7.
Knocks both free throws in. Makes it a tie ball game. Walker at the top. A screen from Boyd is there. He calls him off. Pressure applied by Scott. Walker, skip pass, almost stolen away. Active hands there by the Tigers. Clark now. Solid defense so far on this possession by the Tigers. Walker wants to blow by, almost extended the arm there. They say play on. Just over 90 seconds left to go. Nice spin move down low. A travel's called. Too much spinning for Shiloh Jackson. Turnover gives it back to Crispus Attucks.
North Central coach is not happy about that. Yes, that is Jason Gardner on the sideline for North Central. Second all-time leading scorer at North Central and played at the University of Arizona.
Good to see him now at the helm of the program. A great foundational piece for the North Central community. Barnett gives the top. Scott for 3. Good. Donovan Scott from downtown breaks our tie, give the lead back to the Tigers.
Second 3 of the game, big bucket there.
Walker gives to Clark. He thought about that one. Hesitates, feed inside to Boyd. Might have been kicked. Scooped up by Barnett, and a jump ball tie-up. Arrow will favor the Panthers with a minute and change left in this third quarter.
You want to close out strong here in the third quarter. Carry that what little bit of mo you can into the fourth, as the first part of the fourth quarter is very critical in any basketball game.
Arrow now switches back to Crispus Attucks. Clark to inbound. He does. Finds Walker all alone for 3. It's good. Tied at 45, under a minute now in this third quarter.
It's anything you can do, I can do just as well.
Solid answer there by North Central. Around a screen. Stafford finds the opening from the elbow. He answers right back. Stafford now with 11. And a timeout taken, I believe, by the Tigers. Sounded like he said full timeout. That'll be 30. We'll stay here.
So that's interesting that after the made basket, coach taking a timeout there. I think he wants to do it for defensive reasons, as it looks like Mims is going to check in for the Tigers.
This is the Tigers team that just a few days ago was in a similar situation against Lawrence Central. We're not quite in that territory just yet, but it has the feel like this might be a game that comes down to the last possession.
Yeah, it very much does. It's 17-17 this quarter for both squads. It's kind of been on par each, right around 13 to 17 points for each team in the quarter. So I think this is the time of the game where those small things are going to make a huge difference. That tip pass, that crisp pass, that 50-50 ball, free throws, those little things are going to win you a ball game, especially tonight.
Walker hesitates. Picked up his dribble in a bad spot. Good cut there by Olsen. Just over 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Walker now controls, guarded by Mims. Walker blows by him, kicks it right side. Olsen for 3. It's good, and the lead belongs to the Panthers. Olsen's first basket of the ball game. Under 10 now in the quarter. Barnett with 5. Gives to Stafford with 3. Stafford hangs, puts it up there, and he traveled. Shuffled the feet and a turnover. Gives the Panthers the last shot of this third quarter.
Probably should have dished it off. That's why they brought Olsen in, was for this specific play.
Catch and shoot, knocked it down. Elliott will be the trigger man. They'll send everybody towards the hoop. Skip pass knocked away, and it'll be last touched by, I think, the Tigers. That's the last thing you wanted there, because now you have a catch and shoot situation in their own half court.
Yeah, much easier with only half a second went off the clock, so that really benefits North Central.
One of your best shooters in Clark, though, is the trigger man. See what happens. They get it in quickly, falling away at the horn. Almost went down for Leland Walker. Got a great look, but it lipped out on him. And the Panthers will head to the final quarter with a 1-point lead in hand. Don't go anywhere. We've got a good one in a Sectional 10 potential preview on our hands. You're watching IPSathletics.tv, powered by Indiana SRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Welcome back to Crispus Attucks High School. Jimmy Cook alongside Sean Kroll. Start of the fourth quarter underway. The Tigers trail by 1 with the basketball. Stafford plays hot potato with it at the top. Skips right side. Scott almost lost his dribble. He did lose his dribble. We're off to the races. Clark sees daylight, brings it back out. Had a triple if he wanted it. Instead, it's Walker. Right side, 3 in the air. 3 through the bottom of the net for Mike Elliott, his first triple of the ball game. The lead grows to 4 for the Panthers at 51-47.
Everybody can shoot the 3 apparently on North Central, and they're taking advantage of it.
Starting to feel it right now. Stafford, right side to Scott. Important for the Tigers offense to not feel the need to jack up threes to get back to this ball game. Just a 4-point game.
I was thinking the exact same thing, and
they'll
there you go.
jack up the triple, and that one off the mark. Hooks could not get the board, and a loose ball foul, I believe, is going to go against Hooks. Fell awkwardly.
I think they're going to call that one on Clark.
You are correct.
Yeah, you're only down 4. There's 7 minutes to play. Just because they hit a 3 does not mean you have to answer with the 3 yourself.
Again, I'm not saying, nor are you, to not take triples. If they're there and you get a good look, by all means, get in the flow of the offense, take it. You don't need to force it with this much time left. Smith feeds Carson inside. Hooks at the foul line. Spinning. Left side. Smith steps back at the line. His 3 won't go. Rebound Clark. Tried to push it ahead. It's stolen away. Great play there by Stafford. Hangs, and it won't drop. It'll head to the line to earn the points the hard way.
What great anticipation on that pass attempt by Clark to jump and steal it and then get the look to get 2 free throws. Was that foul on Elliott?
Give the foul on Elliott, you're correct. He's got 3. Free throws for Stafford. Came in a 64%er at the charity stripe through 8 games. That one good.
Hey, don't forget, Hoosier Basketball Magazine comes out Christmas Day. It is the 51st year of Hoosier Basketball Magazine. You can get more information by following them at Twitter, HBB Magazine.
Always good to have a copy of that. You're not going to find a better collection of insights about the sport we all love in this great state of Indiana. Stafford, second one is good. Hits them both. Give him 14 on the night. Attucks back within 2 at 51-49. Still a man-to-man look for the Tigers. Boyd at the top almost turned it over. Loose ball for it. He's able to secure it. Walker kicks, left side, 3 in the air. 3 won't go. Board Olsen shoots it immediately. It rims out. And the rebound secured by Carson.
Ooh,
the Panthers wanted to travel there.
Yeah.
He tried to spin away from the contact and almost shuffled the feet.
Mays defensively there made a difference.
Been making plays all night. Been quiet offensively, though, since that first half. Feed inside, a power dribble. Barnett in trouble. Mays saves it. Now works the handle. Barnett controls. Hooks on the bench right now. Stafford will jack up a triple. That's good. Isaiah Stafford from downtown.
I've been waiting to make the Duke Snyder joke, but it just hasn't been there all night.
He's got 17, the lead back to Attucks. On the drive, an answer, and one. Leland Walker, a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play.
That'll be on Carson, his third. And, man, you just can't let him – if you're going to go up and you're going to attempt to try and prevent him from scoring, you do not want him to get a shot off. At least knock the ball out so you're making him shoot the free throws.
There's also, and maybe this is just adding on to your point, Sean, that in that situation, as the free throws miss, so you could argue no harm, no foul, except for the foul on Carson, and that's his third.
Yeah.
But you don't want that three-point opportunity to be created. Make him earn both points the hard way. Smith at the top, down by 1. Stafford thought about a triple, drives in, pull up, no. Rebound tapped around, and it's won by Clark. Approaching 5 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. Panthers by 1 with the basketball. Kick, left side, 3 in the air. 3 is short. Rebound, won by Olsen, and a foul on the floor before that jumper was shot. How about this extra effort off the bench by Davis Olsen? They're giving Shiloh Jackson some rest. Foul is on Stafford, his first. Panthers around a screen. Drive off the window, won't go. Put back for Boyd. He wrestled it back. Wild shot is blocked by Carson, but they'll say he picked up the personal, and that's his fourth.
Is it me, or has the ball just seemed hard to handle tonight on both ends?
For me, because we call Attucks games so often, it's tough to get the memory out of Lawrence Central out-rebounding them out of my mind.
Yeah.
To think objectively that perhaps the ball is just being careless on both ends. To me, I'm still seeing the Tigers lose those 50-50 balls and wondering why there isn't a proper box out or why you're not talking for who's going to steal to get that board. I do believe, to step away from that thought, though, as a whole, that you're exactly right, Sean, that it has been a little bit hard to grasp for both teams, particularly in this second half.
A couple other quick updates on games we have tonight. Guerin Catholic leads Pendleton Heights 46-27 at the half. And University is leading Traders Point 46-20 at the end of the third.
Lob at the rim. Layup is good. Donovan Barnett catches that, I believe, from Stafford, and we're tied at 54. Walker matched up with Stafford. He'll bring it back out. Just over 4 minutes to play in this one. A battle between Sectional 10 potential opponents. Walker, nice crossover. Tried to force it into Boyd and overshot him. A turnover back to the Panthers.
You'll take that 10 times out of 10. It was kind of a no-look pass, so great job defensively. Now they got to get good shots with guys ready to rebound.
May, a nice pump fake, but it's sent back on the rejection. Walker trying to go coast to coast, lays it up there and puts it in. 19 for Walker, 2-point lead for the Panthers.
Great job there by Stafford to get in front of the shot but not foul him and not get a three-point play opportunity. But you did want to put some.
Smith rises for a long two off the mark. Rebound could not be won by the Tigers.
Oh.
Out of bounds to the Panthers. You felt like there was some contact down there on that board.
Yeah, Boyd had that arm extended on Barnett.
The backside official did not see it. The Panthers basketball up 2 with 3.5 to go. Walker will walk it up the floor. Around a screen, sees daylight, puts it up, no basket. Foul on the floor, but that is the 7th on Attucks, so the penalty's in effect. It'll be a 1-1 opportunity for the junior. He's put on a show tonight. Foul is on Smith. That's his 4th. Donovan Scott will come into the ball game.
I mean, when it's winning time, Walker kind of takes over, as you can see, as it has been tonight. Hey, by the way, tonight's game is brought to you by College Hunks and Movers. Get a free estimate, professional and affordable long distance or local movers. 14 years of experience, 317-516-0569.
Free throw was missed on the 1-and-1. Here come the Tigers. A three-pointer up. It hit the top of the backboard support. Out of bounds back to the Panthers. A wasted possession there by Crispus Attucks.
It was a good shot, a good look, but he was open. It just got a bad bounce and hit that strap above the rim and above the stanchion. That's not really a stanchion. It's kind of hanging down, but you know what I mean.
Is there a hanging stanchion? Is that a thing? You could
sure
operate that way. Walker works the crossover and a whistle. Be a hand check call against Stafford. That's his second. More free throws for the Panthers. Their lead is 2. They've led by as many as 8. Back when it was 25-17. Attucks, meanwhile, by as many as 7. First free throw. We'll have one more. That one's good as well.
Let's see who steps up here for Attucks on the offensive end to get a good bucket. Again, you don't need a 3. You just need a good look.
21 points tonight for Walker. John's exactly right, though. Still plenty of time in this one. Smith thought about a triple.
North Central's gone back to that zone.
Around a screen, Smith leaves it. Stafford, catch and shoot 3. It's good. Isaiah Stafford, a much-needed triple, and it's a 1-point game.
Now, if you get that, you're happy with it. Stafford's got kind of that shot put, set shot kind of thing. But, hey, you know what? If it goes down, nobody cares.
17 points for him on the night, right at his average. Panthers look for an answer. Walker on Stafford, blows by him, hangs, wild jump shot, won't fall. Board, though, to Boyd, and he's fouled. And once again, the Tigers down low, unable to box out. Quentin Boyd bullying them down low. I think that's going to be, I believe they're going to say that's a 1-and-1 opportunity. There's 2 shots.
It's on Barnett, I know that.
Looks like 2 shots in the act for Boyd. I heard an assistant coach yell 1-and-1 also, so I wasn't the only one confused there. That's always nice to know.
Yeah.
One more for Boyd.
You know, it's interesting watching Walker is he is doing a good job of creating space for himself without getting the fouls called on him. As you watch that left arm, there's a lot of movement and motion going on there.
Lead back to 2 at 59-57. Barnett operates. Zone still in effect. Stafford has it around a screen from Hooks. He thought about rising from there. Instead, Smith. A lot of bodies all pumped up against one another. Stafford resets. Over 90 seconds to go in this final quarter. Hooks inside. Pump fake. Feeds. Beautiful find. Beautiful finish. Donovan Barnett ties us at 59.
Here we go.
Now we're in that territory we were in earlier this week. Closing time for the Tigers. Last time they were in this situation, it ended on a buzzer beater from Greg Jenkins. Tonight, the Tigers hoping to rewrite that script and earn a victory on their home floor. Take us inside both these huddles. Sean first with the Tigers. Need a stop defensively.
I think that's the thing that Coach Hawkins is going to talk about. Listen, we know they're going to feed their offense through Walker. They're going to let Walker's going to be the guy that's going to start everything, whether or not he takes it to the hole or tries to kick it out. The key, they have to get a rebound. If the shot is not made, they have to focus on getting a rebound because they have not done that well this fourth quarter. On North Central's end, you're looking for Walker to – he's done a great job creating space for himself and getting to the rim, but now's the time where Attucks may collapse on him to prevent him from scoring. That's when you're looking for the drive and the kick out for the big 3 shot.
Let's take a look back at the Tigers' most recent basket. Great vision here by Hooks to find Barnett. He hesitated just enough on that pump fake to bring the defenders in on him. Beautiful move there by the sophomore, showing upperclassman-like vision.
Great look, and he knew once he got them up, he could get it over him and get an easy look for Barnett for the deuce.
Buck 15 left in this ball game. All tied up at 59. That's what we get out of the timeout from the Panthers. Look inside to Boyd. Hand straight up. He turns. Can't get it to go. Rebound Hooks.
That's exactly what happened is that Walker drove and dish. Couldn't get it off.
Scott.
Shot off, but the great rebound by Hooks, and now they've got the ball with a chance to take the lead.
Stafford now holds.
Do you hold for one?
Will the Panthers let them hold for one was going to be my question, but right now it looks like they might. If they're going to sit back on you like that, I hold for one. Smith around a screen, hands to Scott. 35 seconds to go in regulation. They look for Stafford, could not find him. Down the lane, Scott leaves it. Barnett lays it up and in. No, an offensive foul. The trailer comes in and calls the offensive foul. What a defensive effort by the Panthers, though I'm not sure about that one.
I'd love to see a replay on that. They called that on Scott.
I don't know if he was there in time, but it looked like Boyd was set. That's a bang-bang call. Almost a turnover. It is a turnover. Stafford steals it, lays it up, and he's fouled. What an extra effort by the Tigers. A twist of fate. And a chance to rewrite the ship at the foul line.
My goodness, what a turn of events. You get the call on the charge there underneath, and then they come quickly because try to get it. The only guy back was Walker. And so then Barnett and Stafford are there to steal the basketball. Wow.
A 17-point night so far for Stafford. Make it 18. The foul goes against Mike Elliott, his fourth personal.
Stafford has 9 in the fourth.
10 team fouls on the Tigers, 7 on the Panthers. Any foul by the Tigers, the rest of the way, 2 free throws. If it's by the Panthers, it's 1-1. Both free throws are made. 2-point lead for the Tigers and a timeout taken by North Central with 23.2 to play. Oh, just inadvertent whistle, my apologies. Substitution at the table. They won't call the timeout. The Panthers will play on. We have them unofficially with 2, and they almost throw it away again. They do throw it away again.
They do. Oh, the pressure. The full court pressure caused the inbounds play. Is Boyd the guy who normally takes out of bounds? Too much pressure, looking for someone to throw it to.
What a play, what a decision by Coach Hawkins to send that pressure in. They hadn't called it all game. And you're exactly right, Sean. It leads to the turnover. Now you got to play the fouling game if you're North Central.
2 straight possessions, or 2 straight plays after the charge call.
And a hand check will go against Walker. So now you'll send Stafford to the line, a young man that is yet to miss from the charity stripe tonight that just made 2 straight a second ago.
That referee's going to be out of breath tonight.
It is a 1-1, though, should be noted. Stafford clean.
I have him for 11 points in the fourth quarter. Who steps up in winning time is what you're looking for. Tonight, so far, it's been Isaiah Stafford. This free throw right here is big.
Can make it a 2-possession game. Stafford got that one to go. What a night for the young man.
6 free throws and 2 3-pointers for Stafford in the fourth.
Walker up ahead. Gives to Olsen. They're running out of time. Walker forces the issue. Hand straight up by Hooks. What a defensive effort by the Tigers. It's going to be their defensive prowess down the stretch in this fourth quarter that's going to take them to victory.
Sticking right there on Walker, not giving him any airspace, any opportunity to get up to rise and fire has been huge. They tried again to get it back to him. Great defense by the Tigers there at the end on Leland Walker.
Last 1-on-1 opportunity for the Tigers tonight. And he fouled the rest of the way by the Panthers. Leaves the 2 free throws, just 7.5 to go. Free throw up, free throw good. Calmly knocked in there. One more upcoming for James Smith.
Only have him for 4 points on the night, but big free throws here.
That one's good as well. Yet to miss a free throw in this fourth quarter of the Tigers. Their lead is 6. Williams will go all the way to the rim. Tigers will let him have it. Buzzer sounds, and that will do it. Well, just a few days ago, the Tigers on the wrong end of a close game with a potential sectional 10 opponent. Tonight, they rewrite the ship, improved to 8-1 on the season, courtesy of a 65-60 victory at home over the North Central Panthers.
It's amazing how you thought that charge call was going to be a game-changing play, and it was, except in the opposite direction. I think it kind of woke Attucks up, and Coach Hawkins called for the press, and those 2 consecutive out-of-bounds plays for North Central were the death knell for them tonight.
And this is why you continue to schedule tough opponents, because what happens to Attucks earlier in the week, I'm not going to say they fold under pressure necessarily, but they get beat in a late game situation. It would be very easy for any team in that exact situation where that charge happens with so little time left in this game to fold and be lost out there, and it ends in a loss for your team. Instead, they make a play. Coach Hawkins settles things down, as you mentioned, calls for that pressure. Stafford able to draw the free throws, and a clutch performance up and down tonight, particularly in that fourth quarter by Isaiah Stafford.
And not just that, it was the last important possession for North Central, not letting Leland Walker get any space to get a shot off to even bring them close and have a chance with another possession. So that they carried that defensive pressure from the opposite end down to the defensive end against Leland Walker, made a huge, huge play.
If you're the Panthers, I think the one regret or the one thing you're going to kind of scratch your head at and reevaluate, which you mentioned it at the time when it happened, was you had Quentin Boyd there to be the trigger man. We hadn't really seen a lot of him inbounding the basketball. It's not to say he's not capable of it, but we don't know if he's the usual man that is the trigger man for them. The pass felt a little bit rushed, a miscommunication perhaps on the cut. Tigers take advantage and get their job done at the cherry stripe.
We've seen Attucks full court press quite a bit this year so far, which they hadn't done much of tonight, and I think that's a positive for North Central because they've got a lot of guys that can handle the basketball, and I think they wanted to make sure and get back and not let up easy, fast break points. And then at the end, I think it was a great move by Coach Hawkins to say, let's put some pressure on them and see what they do, and it turned out to be a great move on his part and to help them win the basketball game.
Well, up next for both of these teams, as Sean mentioned, the Paul Logan Memorial Tournament will be next up for the Panthers. That'll take place on December 29th. Meanwhile, for the Tigers, they will next be in action on the 29th as well, so they'll enjoy the Christmas break off, as will the Panthers. But the Tigers will be on the road when they take on Indianapolis Shortridge, and then the game circled on the calendar, a battle with the tops in the state and the tops in their sectional. That'll be when they host Lawrence North at the start of the calendar year. Sean, some final thoughts before we step away tonight.
Thoroughly impressed with Isaiah Stafford. He's been fabulous. He had 24 last night. He had 24 tonight with, 16 coming in the second half, 12 in the fourth quarter. Hit all free throws and three-pointers. But really that last minute and a half defensively for Crispus Attucks is what Coach Hawkins is going to use as the foundation for the rest of the year. That's where they're at their best, when they cause pressure and turn defense into offense.
This is a talented and fun Tigers team, and it's going to be a joy to get to watch them play night in and night out as the season unfolds. I want to thank everybody involved tonight. Tellion and Ben doing a great job, as always, with our production and our camera work. Getting great vision for you folks at home enjoying these broadcasts as we are able to give these young student-athletes a platform to showcase their talents. For my partner, Sean Kroll, I'm Jimmy Cook. Again, our final in this one, the fourth-ranked Crispus Attucks Tigers improved to 8-1 on the season, defeating North Central at home 65-61. Don't forget to go to ipsathletics.tv for all the broadcast among the IPS community, and then for any other broadcast upcoming on our Indiana SRN family of networks, which there are a handful on this Christmas week, you go to indianasrn.org. And from our entire staff and crew, this is Jimmy Cook saying until we talk to you next time, so long, everybody.